activities, IT-concerned activities, and let's explore the possibilities of working together. Public, private, and government institutions. And this 21st century is the century of digitalization. And we have started. This COVID has compelled us to work in the field of IT, and our teachers learn effectively to use these online classes, and we have started our examination in blended mode and IT form, and it has in different universities of Nepal. And young generations are very eager to work in all these IT sectors. Even very small children do not eat food if you do not show your Facebook activities. Why? We should use all these IT-related materials very positively. It may have bad effects also. It may have very bright effect also. Let's think about it, and we should have developed IT parks in different places of the country. Very important findings we happen to listen here. Why are not doing all these things? And Pokhara University is thinking to make our university administration paperless administration. We are thinking, and we are doing in this direction. And this study will help us to move in this direction. And also, I'm thinking about why our children are going abroad to get higher education. We should brain drain and brain gain. We are also thinking to attract students from abroad to Nepal. We are contacting some organizations, institutions to invite students to study in Nepal. We are also thinking to introduce IT-based courses. One thing I would like to request you that Pokhara University has started one course that is in that we are going to implement in blended mode, pedagogical science, postgraduate diploma in pedagogical science. It should be, now we are going to implement it, contact session based, distance mode based, not regular classes. Teachers are teaching in schools and they do not have time. They may not have time to attend physically in their classrooms. So we are managing contact session based and online classes. And internship, not only practice teaching, but internship. They should go to schools and teach 3 to 6 months in school, and then they will get their certificates. This type of courses should be introduced in our courses. We are thinking with the support of a University Grant Commission to work to implement them, how to work with the concerned organizations, school, industries, these all the things. Your entrepreneurship development courses should be related to all these things. Finally, I would like to congratulate IRDS, and we are the partners of working each other. Let's work. And I also request World Bank and UNDP partners, we are very much interested to involve our teachers in different research activities. So we are trying to identify the areas to work in this direction. Thank you so much. पोखरा विश्वविद्यालयलाई हामीले केही काम आइडिएसको काम गर्दैछौँ र विश्वविद्यालयभित्र पनि अब टिचरहरूलाई ट्रेनिङ सेलको स्थापना गरेका छौँ। अब हामीले टिचर नेपाल सरकारमा गभर्मेन्ट जबमा जानको लागि विदाउट ट्रेनिङ भित्र जब हुँदैन, तर युनिभर्सिटीमा स्कुलमा जब पाएको भोलिपल्टदेखि क्लासमा पस्नुपर्छ। थाहा पाउनु पर्यो नि रुल्स रेगुलेसन के हो, कसरी आइडी युज हुन्छ, के हुन्छ। हामीले त्यो कुरा अब अहिले सुरु गर्दैछौँ। एउटा चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि टिचर ट्रेनिङको एउटा सेल गठन गर्दैछौँ। त्यसबाट आइटीको विकास गरेर आइटी मार्फत सम्पूर्ण टिचरहरूलाई हामीसँग भएका एफिलिएटेड कलेजहरूको टिचरहरूलाई पनि ट्रेनिङ दिने हामीले त्यो सोचिरहेका छौँ। र यति भन्दै आज यस कार्यक्रममा मलाई 2 शब्द बोल्ने अनुमति दिनुभयो, त्यसको लागि हार्दिक धन्यवाद दिन्छु। धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
Thank you, Professor Dr. Aryal, for your remarks. Our next special guest, Mr. Mahaprasad Adhikari, is the Governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank. Mr. Adhikari has held significant positions as CEO at Investment Board Nepal and Deputy Governor of Nepal Rashtra Bank. With over 25 years of dedicated service at Nepal Rashtra Bank, he has made significant contributions to the institution, particularly in financial policies and reform programs. He successfully led the turnaround of Nepal Bangladesh Bank Limited and played a crucial role in organizing international investment summits as a part of Investment Board Nepal. Inviting Mr. Mahaprasad Adhikari to give his special remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Member of Parliament, Ms. Sumana Shrestha, Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Sonim Wagle, Honorable Member of the National Planning Commission, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paurel, Vice Chancellor of Pokhara University, Professor Dr. Prem Narayan Aryal, Executive Director of IIDS, Dr. Vishwasji, session moderators, speakers, panelists, is IT sector ma khatirahnu bhayaka IT expert, IT entrepreneur, IT scholars, representative from various national and international organizations, samasta upasthit आदरणीय महानुभावहरू, excellencies, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here with you as a part of this dissemination conference in driving the economy forwards. At this juncture, I would like to thank the IIDS for carrying out this study on such a very pertinent issue and providing me an opportunity to be part of this event and to speak a few words on this occasion. No need to mention here about the role of information technology in driving the economy forward. It has not only the prospect to create efficiency, generate employment opportunity, and expedite income growth, but also can be a primary as well as sustainable source of foreign currency in the developing economies. The sector is potential further due to fast expanding market of IT services across the world. The landscape of the world economy is shifting to the digital economy, which we call the new economy. Due to the evolving role of IT sector in this dynamism, according to an estimate made by the United Nations, the digital economy represents $11.5 trillion, that is around 15.5% of the global GDP. In developing economy, such share is about 10%. Digital economy has grown 2.5 times faster than global GDP over the previous 15 years, almost doubling in size since 2000. With this growth, our economic activities are largely being driven by e-business, infrastructure, e-manufacturing, and e-commerce. It has changed our life so quickly: work from home, shopping online, and pay digitally. The role of IT in employment and income generation can be seen in the example of Silicon Valley of United States and Bangalore's city of India. The population of Greater Silicon Valley area is less than 10 million, but its output equivalent to the 17th largest economy of the world. And per capita income of the valley was greater than 1,20,000 US dollar, surpassing Luxembourg, which ranked first in the global per capita GDP in 2019. In the case of Bangalore, also called the IT capital of India and the Silicon Valley of Asia, the city hosts offices of almost 80% of global IT giants and contributes about 34 to 40% of the IT exports of India. In case of Nepal, IT sector has huge potential of transforming our economy. Over the last few years, demand for e-commerce and digital payments have significantly increased. Digitization of government services, including education, health, and public administration, has increased the demand for IT services. This has in turn increased the demand for IT professionals in the domestic market. More important than this is the world IT market, which is expanding faster than in other sectors, creating vast potential for Nepalese IT professionals. The government of Nepal has given priority for the growth of this sector. As stated by our Honorable Minister earlier, government has listed IT and business process outsourcing as priority export service sector under the Nepal Trade Integration Strategy. In addition, the government has recently come forward with a policy of facilitating the tech startups. With the encouraging progress on domestic digital financial services, it is being moved towards cross-border digital payment and settlement. Remittance companies and banks are using advanced technology to bring in remittances to the country. Monetary policy has also focused on facilitating and simplifying the process for the receipt of foreign currency through the export of IT-related services. In such a way, establishing of a fintech companies, encouragement on an online business, promotion of online payment, and online remittances have helped further growth of the IT service in Nepal. Nepal Rashtra Bank is also in the process of to have a central bank digital currency in the days ahead. Under our fourth strategic plan, it will be established by 2026. However, we have not been able to fully unleash the potential of this sector. The share of the information and communication service in GDP is less than 2%, and the sector has grown just 2.33% over the last decade. Total foreign investment commitment in the IT sector till 21-22 was just 12 billion Nepalese rupee, which is around 3% of the total investment commitment in the economy. To reap the opportunity from the new economy, we need to introduce integrated solutions, such as introducing legal reforms, establishing the IT capital, strengthening the physical and digital infrastructure, making the cross-border payment efficient and less costly, and adopting tech-friendly government policy while maintaining competition. We probably need to develop a comprehensive national strategy to become a player in the global IT industry. Such strategy should include specific program, policies, and institutions aimed at building skill and markets. This will harness the emerging global demand with our economic activities so as to build a better future for all of us. In addition to the traditional demarcation of software development as the IT industry, our focus is being leveraged and transferred to the emerging areas of information technology such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, automation, quantum computing, Internet of Things, digital marketing, data analysis, and cybersecurity, among others. While we go for the IT industry from a global perspective, we should target the big market. More than half of the revenues of high-tech companies such as Apple, Google, Facebook, and Cisco comes from overseas. We have also the potential to go that way. Another aspect that we lag behind is the spending on the research and development. In 2019, Google spent $26 billion and Apple spent $16 billion on research and development. Without spending much on innovation, we cannot benefit from the changing dynamics of the IT market. I hope the study done by IITS has clearly highlighted the status of IT-related activities to the relevant stakeholders and policymakers. I stop here. Thank you once again for your kind listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adhikari, for your reflections. Our next special guest, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Paudel, is a member of National Planning Commission. Before joining the National Planning Commission, Dr. Paudel was an associate professor of economics at Tribhuvan University. Dr. Paudel holds a doctorate degree in macroeconomics from the Australian National University and a master's degree in economics also from Australia. As a consultant, Dr. Paudel has worked with government ministries, World Bank, ADB, and International Trade Center. His research covers diverse areas including economic growth, human resources, development, tourism, economics, fiscal and monetary policy, international trade, liberalization, and reforms. Inviting Dr. Paudel for his special remarks.
Thank you very much. Respected and honorable bright member of parliament, Sumana Shrestha, another bright member of parliament again, Dr. Swarnim Wagle, respected governor, respected sir and vice chancellor of Pokhara University, different representative from national and international organization, government ministries, friends from IIDS, media people, and all present here. Good morning and namaste. First of all, I would like to express my special thanks and gratitude to IIDS for this opportunity. And also, I would like to thank IIDS for initiating, for stepping in to study or to produce this kind of report, which is very needed at the time. I would like to congratulate the team, Dr. Amrita Sharma and associate members. I guess when I it seems to be very useful useful and reference material to the policy formulation in the days to come in the context of developing countries like Nepal. Our IT, information technology, it has numerous dimensions in the also planning to make the digitalized economy in the world. We can see either in the policy document or even in the budget, digitalization is policy needs to be changed and updated. For that purpose also, this document will help in different and many respects. Therefore, thank you so much. This report will be a very important and milestone reference material for 6, 7, 8 or even 9 months. We are planning to take it out by the time of February, but it can be will be a good reference material. Therefore, special thanks to all the team. As we go through the report, we found some of the important good growth. The question is that, is it sustainable? Again, that's the point we should focus for a few years at least. At the time when majority of our government schools are out of computers, I guess most of the migrants. Hopefully, this story also has been included in the report. I haven't gone through the detail. If it about if possible, so that we will know 2 important points from that information. One, what is the trend of our own capacity or some of the business environment. Therefore, I think this part of research and information will be quite contributing in this report to make more useful to the policy making context. In our context, in case of human resources, as pointed by the report as well, we have a lot of challenges. Most of the youngsters want to fly as soon as they finish +2 or even lower degree. Some of the people, they are trying to go even India to study from grade 7. This trend has been reversed a bit in recent years, but still the trend is there. That's one point. Maybe we should consider how we can hold them for the longer period of time so that they would be familiar at least with our problem, even they want to go overseas. And that will motivate them to come back in the country in the recent future after they finish the study or job experience, something like that. That is one part, challenge. As I said earlier, most of the institutions are still out of computers. That means it shows our weakness from the government. Most of the government school I am talking about, not from the private schools. Even if we can manage it from the primary sectors or primary education sectors, that will be great. The challenge is that most of the resources are allocated on the political access-based approach, not on the practical and need-based approach. If we manage the resources, whatever the resources is available to the people, and if we manage them in the need basis and result basis, result-oriented, only at that situation it will provide us the chance to create or produce the better human resources required for the industry. But we have come across a lot of malpractices in the resource allocations for a long time, more than 3 or 4 decades, I would say. That should be corrected, yes. The logistics, Jhapa Bijuli Jansa, I like the phrases quite interestingly and most by heart. Most of the people, they say nowadays, the trend has been reversed again. The country is more or less going back to semi-load shedding area, certain things. That means we have the electricity in the queue, but most of the logistics are not that well. We need to redesign for them, replace most of them so that they will more trustable and reliable as well. And IT sectors people can work, returning back to the country, taking the consignment and joint ventures from the overseas as well. That part to be considered in the policy making sector as well. To grab the opportunity from the international sector, which many of our freelancers and entrepreneurs are doing at the moment, it's okay for the time being. If we feel proud ourselves, that's fine. But remember, the challenge will come with a lot of dynamics in the international market. Think that until 2007-8, we used to be a good exporter in the garments product. Now, this story has been stolen by Bangladesh and other countries in the neighbors. We cannot be confident it will not happen to the IT sectors as well. So, we need to prepare well to tap the opportunities from the international market. A quick, responsive and very dynamic policy procedures are needed because opportunity comes in the market or international area that does not wait for the long time. Our policies sometime, if you want to change something, it takes more than 1 year and so. By the time opportunity comes and exits from the international market as well. Therefore, how we can create most responsive and most dynamic policy environment in the country, for that the political leadership as well as the bright parliamentarians should work together and the policy changing procedure should not be that long if we want to really tap the opportunity from the international market. This is my special request to the parliamentarian, politicians, as well as the political leaders of the government, so that at least we can maintain the growth rate of this sector. Even if we maintain the growth rate for this sector for about a decade, it will be a good contribution to the economy. Saying that and requesting again about the information contribution from the returning migrant side, if you have any, I would expect the full document at the National Planning Commission as well, so that we can formulate in the 16th plan procedures too. Thanking you all and listening some of the statements. I want to stop my things. And again, thank you all and IIDS too. Namaste.
Thank you, Dr. Paudil, for your thoughtful remarks. Our final special guest is Honorable Ms. Sumana Shrestha, Member of Parliamentary Committee on Education, Health and Information Technology, elected as a proportional representative under the Indigenous People category in 2022. Honorable Ms. Shrestha holds an MBA from MIT Sloan School of Management. She is a forward-thinking entrepreneur who founded Medication for Nepal to support remote areas in the country. Notably, she made significant contributions to the IT Bill Hackathon, an innovative event aimed at democratizing the lawmaking process in Nepal and giving the public a voice in it. Her pioneering spirit and dedication to the IT sector have been instrumental